What up, what up? Welcome back to Healthy Don't Hurt. So, guys, I always wanted to tell this story, but I felt like I haven't done YouTube long enough, so I never told it. But enough time has passed, I've made enough videos, and I haven't been friends with this dude for almost 10 years, so I gotta tell this story. Let me cook. So, I lost a friend when I was 20 years old over a girl, and it was the most hater-ish I have ever seen still to this day, both online and in person. I have never seen somebody hate this hard. It was crazy work. So I'm 20 years old. I'm friends with this dude named Bob, right? I've been friends with Bob. This isn't his real name, guys. But I've been friends with Bob since I was 13 years old, since 7th grade. Okay, me and Bob went to Boy Scouts together. I know you guys are gonna roast me for going to Boy Scouts. All right, hey, I wanted to give to my community, and I can tie knots, so don't make fun of me, cause I could tie my girl up in a Windsor knot. Can you? Didn't think so. All right, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, yeah, man, we went to Boy Scouts together. We went to band. I was in band with him. He played the trombone. I played the clarinet. We also used to hang out together every single day, ride bikes. Like, we did everything together, right? We were in this little friend group, and it was great. All throughout middle school, high school, and after high school was over. We were hanging out all the time, bro, having fun. And so we hit junior college, right? There's this little junior college here in Pittsburgh. We hit junior college, and he meets this girl. Bob meets this girl. We're going to call her Lisa. So he meets Lisa and starts hanging out with Lisa, right? And so he tells me, yeah, bro, I met this girl named Lisa. I've been hanging out with her. She's pretty cool. I'm gonna introduce you to her, right? And so, he introduces her to me or whatever, and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, Lisa, blah, 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 blah. My name's Healthy Don't Hurt. So we start hanging out, like, as a group. Like, we hanging out. She like the homie now, right? She in the back seat. Sometimes she in the front seat. And we don't like each other. Ain't no weird stuff. We just chilling, smoking za, and just doing what 20-year-olds do, right? So we're hanging out all the time, and eventually, a problem occurs. So this dude Bob has a bad personality. It's a little douchey, excuse my language. He's the type of person, and he's been this way my entire life, that if you have anything that you're insecure or vulnerable about, he will bring it out in front of everybody at the worst moment possible, and he'll sit there and smile about it. And you know what? This was a problem for him and a lot of other people, and a lot of people didn't want to put up with this because he did this exact thing just constantly. And he lost friends, and it was hard for him to make new friends because of this. But I'm the type of person where if I love you, bro, I accept you for who you are. No diddy. So yeah, man. So we're hanging out, and I guess she told him, when I wasn't present in the car one day, that she had a thing for me, right? Because she was like, oh, yeah, he kind of fine, because I've been diesel. I've been lifting out since I was 16 years old. I've been diesel for a hot minute. If y'all ain't know, now you know, right? So she sees me, in the V-necks or whatever, and I get out the car, and she tells him, yeah, he kind of fine. And so she's like, don't tell him, though. This is where she messed up. The second I get back in the car, he got like this sinister grin on his face. And I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, why aren't you driving? He's like, oh, no reason. I'm like, what, bro? Like, what's up? What's up with you, dog? Like, you good? Oh, no, I'm good. But you know who's really good? Her when you're in the car. I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking nothing of it, bro. I really am not thinking anything of it. So, we're driving, and he's like, oh, yeah, she thinks she thinks you're sexy, blah, 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 blah. She starts turning on red. She's like, no, it's not even like that. I just look at him as a friend. You're taking it too far, blase, blase, right? So, time continues to pass, and we keep hanging out. I didn't think nothing of it, but he sure did. So what does he do? He continues bringing it up that she thinks that I'm attractive, right? Which I don't blame her. Have you looked at me? But anyway, no, seriously. So, he keeps bringing it up, right? Just to make her feel uncomfortable and just to make her feel insecure and weird. And, it didn't kill the vibe, because we were used to him doing this. He would do this to me. He would do this to everybody around him. If you told him something that would make you insecure or vulnerable, he would bring it out like as a joke, like in a cruel way. So, I wasn't tripping. She wasn't tripping. So the vibe was still cool, right? So eventually one day, after like, I would say a year of him bringing it up, a whole year. Imagine you hanging out with somebody and for a year straight they bring this up. There isn't a time that you hang out that he doesn't do this. So after a year, it's about to be my birthday. I'm about to turn 20 years old. She texts my phone 2 days before my birthday. And she's like, hey, I want you to blow my back out. She was like, I'm trying to give you some of this poom poom. I'm trying to put some of this poom poom on your sideburns, because I had hair back there, for your birthday. I'm like, really? She's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday. It'd be my present from me to you. Which, what woman does this? I have no idea, especially if you just friends or whatever. So I'm like, dang. Now, I knew that she liked me or whatever, or she had a thing for me. I wouldn't say she liked me. She just thought I was attractive. But I also knew that Bob liked her. Now, I didn't tell her that Bob liked her because I'm not a POS and being messy like that and telling, people secrets and stuff. I didn't tell her. But what I did do is I asked Bob, I was like, hey, Bob, I just got a text message from Lisa. She want me to crack her. So what should I do? And you know what he told me? He was like, yeah, do it, bro. Because he's a white dude. So that's my white accent. He's like, yeah, do it, bro. He's like, I would do it. Why not? I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, dude, totally. Just crack her. Just give it to her. I'm like, all right, So I dust her off, right? I dust her off, of course. And I tell him afterwards, right? I'm like, yeah, man, he asked me. And so he's like, yeah, what happened? I was like, I bust the windows out that thing. I blew her back out. He's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, she all right. I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. I knew her for a minute, so it's not like she was a stranger. And, yeah, man, it was consensual. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't tripping. I wanted a little birthday poom poom. Why not? But yeah, so he gets angry afterwards. He gets so angry afterwards. And he's like, I can't believe you did this to me. I thought we were friends. I thought we were boys. I thought we were bros. And you cracking the girl I like. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, that's messed up. I was like, are you serious? He was like, oh, I'm serious as a heart attack. I could not believe my ears, guys. He was angry because I crashed that thing out after asking permission. Now, I have never asked for permission to crash anything out. All right. Like, for real, never had to, be real with you. But, he was upset after I asked if it was okay because I knew he liked her. Now, does that make me in the wrong because I knew he liked her? Absolutely not, because I asked first. You feel me? He wasn't dating her. She dang sure didn't like him because he was heavy, He was pretty chunky. He didn't work out. He didn't take care of himself, and I would try to get him in the gym and he just didn't really care for it. And to be real with you, he's like one of those dudes that didn't hit puberty. Like when we were younger, he would always be throwing his weight around when we were in middle school and even ninth grade, he would be throwing his weight around and not bullying us, us as friends, our friend group. But he would you know what I mean when I say throwing my weight around? He would be taking stuff from you and just being a jerk. Kids just being kids. But he would do that all the time because he was stronger than us and he weighed more. But as time continued, we shot up. We got muscle. We're hitting the gym. We got stronger and he stayed the same, right? So the tables turned completely. So there's no way with him in that state being all pudgy, that she would like him. But yeah, man, I was really blown away at the fact that happened, and I lost a good friend of 7 years because of that. I think about that sometimes too. I'm like, man, because 7 years is a long time to be friends with somebody, and I've never broken up a friendship or cut ties with somebody like that. Just cold turkey. Just cold turkey. But I had to because he wanted me to apologize, and it just wasn't happening. I refused to apologize for something I got permission for. That's so crazy. And I feel like the real reason why he was upset, it wasn't because it happened and because I asked and it still happened. I think he was upset that it didn't happen to him. I think it settled in him that happened and that he'd okayed it and that it didn't happen to him and he was just being a whole hater, fam. And yeah, man, I lost a friendship over that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's my little story time. Who knows, man? Might hit him up on Facebook one day. Probably not. Probably not. certain people you just don't need inside your life. Dude's not that good of a person. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. You guys have a good day. Take it easy. Peace. God bless.